from Roberts in Shrewsbury, Hamish Cormack from Aberdeen, Azeez Feshitan from Wilson in London, Bob Potter from Woking in Surrey, John Gavin from Manchester, Ray Whiteoak from Cheethleham in Cheshire, David Coffey from Islington in London, Jim Garvey from Liverpool, Sherry Lowe from Knutsford in Cheshire, Sally Campbell from Woking in Surrey, Paul Kinniston from Chingford in London, Neil Woodley from Dewsbury in West Yorkshire, Valerie Kapoor from Newcastle-under-Lyme, Dave Livesey from Bromley Cross in Lancashire, and Mike Young from Asquith in North Yorkshire are all here to play 15 to 1, presented by William C. Stewart.
Thank you. Hello. Our previous winner today is David Coffey from Islington in North London. A warm welcome back, David. We've had no change on the finals board for over a week now. There it is, and I suppose it is conceivable that Pat Beardsley and Jack Wellesby could still be on it when we get to the grand final. Let's see if today is going to make any difference. Off we go. And we begin with Tom Roberts from Shrewsbury. Tom, the Middle East. President Assad's visit to Britain in December was the first ever state visit undertaken by a head of state from his country. Which Middle East country?
Saudi Arabia.
Syria. Hamish, please. Literary quotation. This one from Charles Dickens' novel, Bleak House. It is a melancholy truth that even great men had their poor what? Relations. Azeez, please. The name, please, of the man who opened his first home for destitute children in Stepney in London in 1870.
Bernardo.
Yes, Dr. Bernardo. Bob, please. The Bible. Which fisherman was the father of the apostles James and John?
Peter.
Zebedee. John, please. Football. In December 2002, James Milner, 8 days short of his 17th birthday, became the youngest goal scorer in the Premiership. Which club does he play for?
Manchester United.
And Ray, which famous London hotel on the Strand was built by the impresario Richard D'Oyly Carr and opened in 1889 as an adjunct to a theatre opened in 1881?
Ritz.
The Ritz.
The Savoy. David, please. Theme tune. Which songwriter-composer has written signature tunes for the television programmes Emmerdale, Crossroads and Neighbours?
Tony Hatch.
Yes, please. And Jim, please. Treaty. The North American Free Trade Agreement was signed in the early 1990s between the United States, Canada, and which other country to remove barriers to trade between the three countries?
China.
Mexico. Sherry, please. Newspapers. Which cathedral city in the east of England shares its name with a diary column in the Daily Telegraph?
Peterborough.
Sally, please. The game of Monopoly. Go to jail and jail or just visited are two of the corner squares on a standard Monopoly board. Either of the other two squares, please. Yes, and go. Paul, pop music. One of the most famous failed auditions in music history took place in the early 1960s when an A&R man of the Decca record company stated that, quote, groups with guitars are on the way out. Which group?
Beatles.
And Neil, please. English law. The Court of Appeal comprises two divisions. What are they called? The Civil Division and the Criminal Division. Valerie, Russian literature. Simon's Punishment, The Idiot, and The Brothers Karamazov. Works by which Russian novelist?
Dostoevsky.
Yes.
Dave, please. Art and
Indeed.
famous painting. The Leaping Horse, The Cornfield, and Barges on the Stour. Which English artist?
Constable.
Yes. Mike, please. Shakespeare. Which actor appeared as Henry V on stage in 1984 at the age of 23 and in the 1989 film version, which he also directed?
Olivier.
Kenneth Branagh. Tom, please. 19th century English literature. The Model Prometheus is the subtitle of which Gothic novel by Mary Shelley?
Frankenstein.
Hamish, please. Politicians and the law. In January, the Solicitor General was stopped for speeding, doing 99 miles per hour on the M4. She was later fined £400 and lost her licence for 7 days. Her name?
Harriet Harman.
Azeez, please. Computing. In computing, what three-word term describes the technique of transferring a section of text from one part of a document to another part of the same or different document? No? It's called cut and paste. Bob, please. Folklore. A legend surrounding which 11th century lady gave rise to the expression peeping Tom? Lady Godiva. John, please. The animal world. Which creature has species called Blomberg, Oak, and Fire Belly? Toad. players are there in the scrum of a rugby league team?
Rich.
David, please. Astronomy. What name is given to the outermost ionized layer of the sun's atmosphere?
The heliosphere.
The corona. Jim, please. History of monarchy. In which decade of the 19th century did Prince Albert die and was George V born?
1860s.
First decade.
1860, seventh decade. Sherry, please. If an event's occurrence is described as hebdomadal, how often does it occur? Every 7 days. Once a week. Sally, please. Opera. The title, please, of the 5-act opera by Gounod, in which the title character sells his soul to the devil in return for youth and love. Hamlet. Paul, please. Human anatomy. What's the soft tissue called that forms blood cells when it is red and is found in the hollow cavities of bone? Yes, bone marrow. Neil, please. Where in Scotland is the stone which, according to Celtic legend, was used as a pillow by Jacob when he beheld the visions of angels? I need more than that. It is in Edinburgh, but where in Edinburgh?
Edinburgh Castle.
Yes, it is. The stone is good. Valerie, please. Australia. The Australian Capital Territory, which includes the capital Canberra, is an enclave in which state?
New South Wales.
Dave, please. Musical terms. What name is given to the musical note with the longest time value in comedy? It is the equivalent of 2 million or 4 crotches.
Semi-brief.
Yes, semi-brief. Mike, science. With the symbol K, what's the SI unit of thermodynamic temperature?
Kelvin.
It is a Kelvin, yes. And it's 2 down, 13 to go, and those two must now leave. And Laura, please.
And those eliminated are Bob Potter and Jim Garvey. And for remaining 13 contestants, 3 still have their free lives intact.